SuperMovingAverageX. Okay, this is my moving average cloud. It has various options in it. So as you can see, it's a nice little cloud. And what it actually has 3 moving averages within it. And that's why you see the different colors. So right here you see the dark red and the light red. So the bottom represents one moving average, a lower one, or in this case it's going to be the fast one. And then there's a medium speed moving average, which determines the center line of these 2 colors. And then there's the slow moving average, which would be in this case the top. And once price goes up, then you can see the moving averages flip. So the fast one will be here, the medium one will be in the middle, and this will represent the slow line. So let's take a look at it. There's quite a few options with this one. First of all, you'll see you can enable and disable cloud. The reason you can do that is because you can enable the MA lines. So you can have just the lines instead of the cloud. You can have both the lines and the cloud for a good representation of the fast, medium, and slow. You can change it from exponential moving average to simple moving average. Whatever you like. You can also do slope-based coloring. So this is just going to be relevant for the lines. So if we do slope-based coloring, it will be green when the slope is rising, and the lines will turn red when the slope is falling, for a visual representation of the slope of the moving averages. I find that important. The slope gives you a heads up before the cross. A lot of people look for the cross, but the slope is your heads up to when the trend might be changing or slowing down at least. So that's why that's in there. Let's turn the cloud back on. We also have signals. We'll get to those in a minute. So this is your fast moving average, your medium, and your slow. These are all your color settings. You can change for when they calculate as well. So you can calculate it on the close, on the open, on the high, the low, the average. Generally, moving averages are calculated on close. That's what we have by default. But if you want to change that, you'll know why you're changing that. So if you don't know why to change it, then it's probably best to just leave it. You can also change the opacity of the cloud. So if you like it, a nice solid color, there you go, nice and bright, nice and dark. If you just want it to be out of the way, kind of in the background, you can turn it right down. There's 20%, there's 10%, and so on. So that's pretty much all the colors. Now let's get into the signal. So there's 4 signals, 2 main types. So the first type is a cross. When price crosses the cloud, there's a signal. And then the other type is a cross with a close on the other side of the cloud. So you'll see here, bullish moving average cross, bullish moving average close. So let's turn the closes on. The bullish close and the bearish close. These are your label offsets. So how far away from the candle would you like to label? In this case, the labels look a little bit close to the candle. I'll move them away a little bit. Now they're not so jammed up on the candles. So this just simply prints a signal when it's closed above, and then after it closed above, the next time it closes below, it'll print another signal. This can be used in our Autobot as signal conditions. It can be traded on. If you double click it, it is a chart object. Bearish close, bullish close. So it's usable. Or once generators go in, it can be used as a condition to combine multiple signals together to create a master signal. I'll show you the cross. it's a little bit more often. So you can see sometimes there's quite a bit. That's just the nature of how it is. So there's a cross above, cross below, cross above, cross below. It wouldn't necessarily be something that you trade on manually. This is more to use as a condition with generator when we're combining multiple signals at once. Okay, so you would say maybe a bullish cross within the last 2 minutes on generator, and that would be one of a few conditions for that master signal to print for the Autobot to trade. So that leads me into the next thing we have on here, which is hide the labels. So the labels are going to be there, but they're going to be hidden. And the reason for that is just to clean up the chart. But also, just because they're hidden doesn't mean they're still not there. So if you were to go click, see that? We had a cross there, we had a cross up here. There should be a signal somewhere there, down here. It's hard to find them. Oh, there's one. So you can see I can actually still click it. So the signal still exists in the chart object menus. If I double click, you'll see it still comes up. So what this means is you get a clean looking chart. You don't have to see the signals, but when you're using the Autobot and later on when you're using the generator to create master signals, it's still recognizable as a chart object and you can still use it to trade on. So that's why I have the invisible feature. They're still there, but you just can't see them. I think that pretty much wraps up SuperMovingAverageX. Not too complicated, but is what it is. It's a cloud. You can do just the lines. You can add signals to it. I think I went through everything on that. And self-explanatory. Thank you.